Okay, we can open up to questions. Just a reminder, if you have a question, please use the raise my hand tool or type question into the chat window. Let's go to Kerry Crowley.
Hey, Gabe, what was the explanation you received on the ball that hit the top of the wall that Steven Duggar hit?
Yeah, we were able to take a look at it. It bounced off the top of the wall. And I guess in real time, it looked like it may have bounced on top of the wall, then over the fence, and then back onto the field. But upon reviewing it, it looked like the call was correct and bounced back up on the field. And then the only conversation that I had at that point with the umpires was runner placement. One way to think about this is Duggar is pretty fast. So, I guess you can make a case that he should be awarded third base, but this is really the umpire's call or the booth's call, people that have the best view of the play. So I understand it.
Thanks.
Let's go to Henry Schulman.
Gabe, I wanted to ask about Gausman. I think, maybe I shouldn't be, but I was a little surprised to see the consistent 97, even on his 74th pitch with that kind of put away off speed stuff. Is that just what you've seen from him? I mean, you've probably seen him more than a couple of times.
Yeah. We've seen him like that recently. I think it was his first outing of the secondary camp where his velocity, it didn't have that kind of zip. But since then, it's just kind of ticked up in that range. And to see him hold his velocity, obviously, deep into the game, super encouraging. One of the reasons we felt comfortable with him going through the top of the lineup a third time is because of how electric that fastball was. And he had a split working too. This is a tough place for, to get your secondary pitches working. Earlier in the game, he had a split working as well. He gave us a nice boost and saved our bullpen and gave us some real confidence in that game. I was really proud of the effort.
Thank you.
Sure.
Let's go to Mark Sanchez.
Hey, Gabe.
Hey, Mark.
Third catcher's interference on Heineman today. Is there any thought to moving him back, or is this sort of a commitment to framing that you want him to get down?
We have to find a happy medium here. It's something that Craig Albernaz, our catching coach and bullpen coach, spoke about after the game. We've been thinking a lot about Tyler in this regard. And obviously we moved him up in the box to try to get that low strike. And it's something that, the guy on the other side, Walters, does very, very well. Saw him catch some of those today. And it's a skill. It takes practice, but it can really change games. And the reason it can change games is, you change counts and all of a sudden you have the on base, the slug advantage working in your favor for your pitcher. If you can swing a 1-1 count to a 1-2 count or, get a big strikeout in a 2-2 count. It's a really valuable tool that we work really hard to achieve. But at this point, I think it's reasonable to try to find happy medium. I don't think we need to overcorrect and push them way back in the box, but we're certainly going to ask that there's something in the middle between the adjustment that he's made and that sweet spot where he can still get up underneath that low pitch and get a call to strike, and then also not have this happen.
Thanks.
Let's go to Alex Pavlovic.
Hey, Gabe, going back to Kevin, I think he has 17 strikeouts in 13 innings, but also has given up 17 hits. And I know that's been an issue for him at times in his career. We see the stuff is overpowering, but then he does give up a fair amount of hits. What do you see with him right now in terms of just not getting the results that maybe you would want?
Yeah, I guess it's very difficult to ask for better results than what we saw from him today against this lineup in this ballpark. But I understand the question, and obviously you want to try to avoid as much hard contact as you can. Now, again, like we've seen it, it needs to be addressed and needs to be acknowledged. Like our defense, we have to make plays behind our pitchers in order for them to really see the best possible results of their efforts. So I just don't want to discount that. And again, like never singling anybody out, because it's not the right way to think about this. It's a team game. We play team defense. We're all in this together. We have to figure out a way to correct this, improve this, so that, you know, when a guy pitches his tail off, we can reward him.